live to color for a little bit. I just got a whole lot of work done today, and it finally says, okay, time to stop. Finish up tomorrow. But I got a good chunk going today. I was able to get a good rhythm to get my stuff done. So I'm gonna color, and even though I really feel like playing with some things, but I don't have, my desk is not really set up for that right now, so I got to be normal. Did I start coloring something? Well, I might do a background in here. There's some of these pictures in here that, like, the more I look at them, I really like them. But I'm trying to stick with I really need to figure out colors for her. I have to be kind of like, I don't know. Okay, well, I gotta move my page. Is it gonna work? What do I want to do? What can I do with her? I don't know. I still have some little creatures in here to do. I could at least do that. I think I'm using different pencils, so I really want to like glitter this out or something, and I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. But I still have some creatures to do on here, but I was using Karen Dash pencils on this, I think, and Derwent, and it's not really what I have out right now, so I think I'm gonna pass on that. Oh, excuse me. I might put some music on just so I can think. Actually, I think I'll do that now. What is this? Can I hear it? I can't hear anything. Why? I keep messing with my volume on my... Oh, there it is. What the heck? That's too quiet. I can't hear anything. Why doesn't this work? Stop. What's with these quiet songs? Oh, is that why? I don't understand. Let's do that. Hopefully it's not too loud. Page. Or maybe I'll color something totally different. Not mermaidish. I feel like these pages require like a lot of me, so I don't know if I have enough in my brain to be able to do that, but let's try it. Let's try this one. Let's see if I can kind of... I seem to be using this blue pencil, the Polychromos, a lot. I don't know, I can't seem to part from it. I'm gonna have to order another one of these because I really am like using them a lot. Let's see what we can do to kind of... Should I do the starfish? So you can see what some things are. She's got an earring there. I really want to, I don't know. Kind of opposite color of purple is blue. Is yellow, but I don't know if I want her hair to be yellow. And I can't think of any other shade of yellow that wouldn't be like just too much. So I'm gonna start with a blue. See what happens. If I don't like it, I'll change it. I'll just put another color on top of it. I've been enjoying using like polychromos lately. Although I don't know if I'm going to use them in this book or continue. I'm using them right now, but I don't know if I'm going to continue. I don't know if I've used these in here before until just now. Not sure how I feel about it. I have too many pencils out everywhere. Cups and cups and cups of pencils. Here's one cup. This is what I'm looking for. I think I need to use my Prismas. I think. Although I always use these in conjunction with another pencil. It just seems to never fail that I do that. I like how these feel better. I kind of like that. Maybe I do need this guy. I feel like I need a sharper point though. Hey, G. Carey. Oh, it was nice to be able to be there. I was glad to see you on. I had to leave before you ended, but I had to go to bed. I have had to go to bed early lately because of work. But yeah, today was a very productive day. So thank you for your thoughts for me and almost seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And today was very productive. And it's like, yeah. So tomorrow's the last stretch, and it's looking good. Part of the problem with like this time of the year is when I got to do this particular work is probably should turn the music down, is getting the building the momentum to do all that crunching of words and numbers. And and I had too many things that were breaking my momentum with like appointments I had and stuff. And so I was further behind than I would have been if I didn't have all those appointments. And I actually canceled one appointment that I have for Friday because I'm tired. I don't want to go anywhere. So I'm just not going. Well, I let them know I cancel it because I have like 24 hours to cancel. It's like, no, it's not that important. I mean, it is important, but it's not. I mean, I can do it another time. We are going to do it another time. I think my mental health is more important than me going to that. So I want to spend some time in the garden. Just already. I guess I'm gonna pause this. I hope you don't mind the fan. That's what's going on. Like I got two fans going on in here because even though it went down to the 50s again today, this crazy weather. But in this room, it's still like, what is it now? Okay? It's 80 degrees in this room because of the heat from yesterday. Everywhere else in the house, it's like cooler, and it's like 50 degrees outside. But it's 80 in this room. But like, I'm not gonna. Um, I was just like, it'll cool off eventually. Well, part of it is because I have my door closed so I can work, and so air can't circulate from the other rooms into here. But I have to keep my door closed so people don't bug me and break my stride. So I'm gonna try to get to bed relatively early tonight too. Yeah, I gotta get to bed at least by 10. But if I can get to bed sooner, that would be good. So I can get up early and maybe be finished with work by 3 o'clock. That would be nice. Maybe I can try and watch some Bridgerton tomorrow because I'm behind on that, and I missed Jill's lives on it because I missed last week, and then this week I gotta watch the episode, or I won't be able to watch tomorrow unless I want spoilers. And or not tomorrow, Friday. I won't be able to be in her live Friday if I don't watch the episodes. So it's on my list, but I don't want to watch them until I can really relax and enjoy it and watch it. I don't want to do that while doing something else. So that's the hold up. What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay. Yeah, yeah, they're staying on because it's hot in here. It's like, but actually, it doesn't feel too bad, and I'm dressed for it because I got on shorts and short sleeve shirt. But man, I wasn't ready for it yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? Yesterday. I I wasn't ready for it. It's like, where did that come from all of a sudden? 50 to high 80s? Like, that's crazy. I want a darker blue. Ooh, look at that one. Let's try that one. Is that too much? I don't know. I may have to change the background too. I don't know. If I'm making her hair blue. I could also put another color in here too, though, somewhere. Or maybe I can bedazzle her hair a little bit in some spots with like an acrylic marker or something. I don't want to do too much. That almost looked like too much right there. But just from yesterday, the plant in my yard, the lovage, the one that I showed in the video when I went outside, that has like, I don't know, it's gotten bigger. It's gotten bigger. And I want to I want to film it, show, because like pretty soon it's going to be, like I said, it gets 10 feet tall. And and I just read something yesterday about making making infused oils with with plants, with herbs. And I guess the way I was doing it, you're not really supposed to do that because it might develop botulism. I was like, oh my gosh. Well, I had like a whole jar of it, jar of oregano oil. I guess the Lord blessed me there because we didn't get botulism. But I actually found a website that it's like somebody's Pennsylvania Cooperative Extension or something like that that says how to safely make infused oil from fresh herbs. Because I don't want to use dried herbs. First of all, that's another step. I got to dry the herbs before I. Nah, I don't know. I want to get her done. I want to get it done and get it over with, and be able to use it quickly. Um, and I guess what you have to do is soak the herbs in a citric acid solution. So I have citric acid, and it's pretty easy to get. I mean, it's something that's used in canning and stuff. So, um, yeah. So, and you have to have a certain percentage or whatever. So, um, so I'm going to do that. The oregano is also it's with all that space I cleared for it. It's really growing in really nice. It looks good. This is how I'm used to it. The space I'm used to it taking up. So I'm feeling really good about that because I love oregano oil and I really want to make some. And it's good for you. And it's supposed to be good for something. Is it blood pressure or migraines or something? All I know is it tastes good. I'll use it to cook with. I'll use it to fry with, and so I don't know how I feel about this darker blue being there. It almost feels like it's too much, but I love the color, and I don't think I'm in a subtle mood today. Not in a mood to be subtle. It doesn't look crazy when I finish. And it's like I really need to get in the yard and work in the yard because now, like certain weeds, I see them starting to come up in like the front garden bed, which like I'm still trying to decide what to do with it because now it's got all this, space behind it now to plant in because we took out the deck. And the clematis is starting to come up and it's like trying to reach for things. So, I mean, I think it's going to find its way to wherever it's going to be happy. But I wish I knew, like, I don't know what the roots of it look like anymore because I put those in, like, gosh, like 20 years ago or something like that. Um, and I have three different kinds. And, but that's starting to pop out and they're sticking up and like they're like looking, okay, where can we start twirling around? Because I used to have it so that it would twirl around on the slats, the vertical slats in the deck, but the deck's not there anymore, so it can't do that. So I got to train it to go somewhere. But part of the problem is getting in there. I got to figure out what time to do that because there are bumblebees that are all over the money plant that's blooming in that bed. You plant one money plant, you're going to wind up having it everywhere. And that's what happened with this because I don't even know if that's where I originally put it. But that's where it's going crazy at. And it's really pretty too, the flowers on it. But the bumblebees are all over it. They love it. And so, like, I don't really want to be working among bumblebees. I mean, I know they're not supposed to be like hurt me or nothing, but yeah, I'm just like I'm not testing fate. My husband's like, "Oh, they won't do anything to you." I'm like, "Yeah, right." And that's what you'll say after I get stung. It's like, nope, not doing it, not tempting fate. Not gonna let it get caught in my hair or something crazy like that. Every time I've gotten stung, it's been a freak accident. And so I'm not tempting fate for another one. So, I see our horseradish is coming up that came from my husband's cousin who just turned 96. He's like an older cousin, obviously. Um, so that's starting to come up, and you can actually eat the leaves of it. They're kind of tough, but you can eat the leaves of it, and they do have that same kind of zing as the horseradish root does. Um, that's coming up in that bed. Um, let's see, clematis in that. Oh, and I pruned the I have like a yellow rose bush, and I'm I didn't realize that roses really are easy to grow because like for the longest time I was like, oh, I'm not doing roses. That's like hardcore gardening. No, no, they're not hard at all. I don't know why I had that idea or anything, but they're not. I stuck this thing in the ground, it grows. That's it. You see some black leaves or whatever, or black limbs on it, like at the beginning of the season, cut them off because those are dead or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I wound up pruning it like last month, and I pruned it, and it was kind of late because I guess we had some warm days in April where it really started like doing things, and you could see like the new shoots or whatever off of it, the branches or whatever, and so I didn't do anything with it last year. It was just totally neglected. So they were pretty tall. They're like about 16 inches tall, the things I cut off of it. And so I just stuck them in the ground behind in the space that's opened up because we removed the deck. So then if they take, I'll have 3 yellow rose bushes, and they're still standing up. I don't know. I don't know if they're doing anything or not, but we'll see. I mean, if it doesn't work, then what I'll do is I'll really, you know, do it for real, like like I should. If I really want them to take and pay attention to it, and maybe use rooting powder or something if these don't take. But I don't know. They're still standing, and I don't know. They're kind of looking like they're doing something underneath. I know you can't see it, but they're not dying on top. Doesn't look like so. That's a good sign. So I probably need to give them a little bit of food, some plant food. And the sprouts, my zinnias are sprouting in the things, the jugs that I spring sowed stuff in. The Italian parsley is really got tons of little seedlings in there. And what I usually do with those, the things that that I sow in the jugs, I just take the whole clump and just pop it in the ground, and I let them duke it out. The strongest will survive, and and if they all survive, then I have a really bushy, it looks like a really bushy plant. I mean, I don't, no fuss, no muss. I don't divide all those little seedlings. No way. So, but I gotta figure out where I'm putting it. Actually, I think I probably want some parsley inside, but I'm not too good with growing herbs indoors. So I don't know how we're gonna do that. But what I thought about doing, let it grow outside and then bring it in to overwinter and then put it back outside again next growing season. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And then the plants I got from Richter's, I got like one kind of hardy rosemary. I'm still debating whether I want to put that outside or whether I want to do it on a pot indoors and to keep harvesting bits of it, because I found on YouTube, I didn't realize how easy it is to propagate rosemary, that you could just take, one of the stems, put it in water, and it would get root. I had no idea. So I kind of want to wait until I have more than one plant to put any of it outside in the ground. I did have rosemary in the ground one year, I think, but and then I have the 2 lavender plants. One of them, even though it's in like those little tiny pot, um, the pot's like about this bit tall, this tall. Um, it was starting to get a little flower on top. I'm like, no, you can't do that yet. So I need to figure out where I want to put them and get them in the ground. And then also I'm deciding, do I want one inside? I don't know. What would I use lavender for inside? I don't know, but I love this nursery's plants so much. They just really, they just have good plants. I love that place. I'd like to go visit it. It's in Ontario, Canada, somewhere in Ontario, Canada. But like I said, I have a bay laurel that I got in one of those tiny, like a tiny pot like that is like really big now, and those do grow slowly, but I've had it for a while. But I use the bay leaves to cook with, but it's also a pretty ornamental tree kind of thing. Um, what was I saying? I can't remember. I was talking about the plants. So the lavender, I got to figure out. Like I have 2 of those, And so I got to figure out where I'm going to put them. There's one place I want to put them because it's where I've had it before, had lavender before, and it lasted for, a few years there. But it's like nobody can see it really there. And it's also not, I don't know. I have it, it's going to be near like herbs that you eat, like the garlic chives and lemon balm. And I don't know if I want it back in the same place with those. Although I wonder if it would do anything with the flavor of the lemon balm. I don't know if it does anything from its roots or not, but and that's also not full sun. And I'm wondering if it might do better with full sun, but then it also might not overwinter in that spot if I put it in full sun. And the place where I had the one that I had winter sown years ago, I had it back in this corner where now there's like lemon balm and something else, and that lasted a few years because it's protected. It's like in this corner that's against the house. So I have to decide what to do with that. But this was not the time to make any kind of decisions because the work thing. But I feel like I need to get a pair of tall boots, a pair of muck boots or something or barn boots to garden in because I had my little, I don't know, they almost look like galoshes, gardening, like kind of ankle high boots, and I got dirt in my inside them when I was outside the last time. I'm like, how did I do that? They got my socks all dirty. I had to come in and put OxyClean all over the socks and wash my feet. And I was like, I don't know what I did, but I think I need to get a pair of boots. Although there was a time when I used to actually garden in a pair of, I think I had a pair of black Timberlands. I don't think they fit me anymore, and I don't want to be wearing those now in the summertime. I think my body was at a cooler temperature back then. It's not now. It makes me sweat just thinking about having them things on. I find a pair of muck boots. I can just slip on. Mhm. Maybe I could make the outer part of her hair a different color. A two-tone here. Mhm. Although the color of these things. Hmm. And I don't know if I mentioned, but that the Dracaena or whatever that I have that grows 10 feet tall, I just lopped off the middle of it, and I told my husband, "Do any? I don't care what you do with it. Chop it up and compost it, or throw it in the wherever. I don't care." Because I just don't want it to be that tall. So I'm gonna see if it will like kind of bush out more. I guess I have to be more, have to trim it more often and try and shape it. I don't know. I'm getting to the point where it's like I got to start throwing plants away because like babies that grow from the ones I have because I just don't have anywhere. I don't have anywhere to put them, or I just don't. So, and then I'm thinking if I want to kind of with overwintering plants, like I was saying, like maybe overwintering the um, parsley indoors in a pot, um, overwintering the basil. Um, if I get a poblano plant from the poblanos seeds I got from the poblano peppers I got from that get from that organic box subscription thing. There is something coming up in there, but I don't know if it's a poblano, really a poblano or not. I don't know. Although I don't know what else would be in there because the soil that I used is, just it's a bale of growing mix. So it's not like it was anything that, you know, had been outdoors that could have had some other seed drop in it. But if I get a poblano plant from there, I want to overwinter that plant. So now I don't have to plant any more seeds. I can just keep using that same plant. Um, and I did that with chili peppers before. It was like that plant wouldn't die. It was happy. So I love poblano peppers. They're my second favorite um, pepper. My first favorite is anchos, and man, if I had known it was going to be so hard to get ancho pepper seeds, I would have like nursed that plant and try and kept it for years and years and decades. That's my favorite pepper. They have like this, I don't know, like almost a really warm, almost chocolatey kind of flavor, and then it has heat, like a nice reasonable heat to them, and it's a meaty kind of pepper. I love them things. And I have not been able to find seeds for them anymore. You can't find those peppers in the store. It's almost like I'd have to, I don't know, go somewhere else. Visit somebody in Houston or Atlanta and go to their farmer's market, like go to DeKalb Market or something. Maybe they'd have some. Child, that DeKalb Farmers Market, I love that place. I went there. I was almost hyperventilating. My sister's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. This is wonderful. I want everything now." Man, they had like um produce like from like every nationality you could possibly think of. That place is phenomenal. I think I could spend all day at that market. I was about as happy going to that market as I was when I went to when we went to New York City and went to both times when we went to the um was it the Met or was it MoMA? Wherever that Robert Rauschenberg is. Chow. I think I told this story before. And the guard came up to my husband and asked if I was okay because I was almost hyperventilating because like when I saw that painting for real and saw how huge it was, how much of the wall it took up, and all the little detailed things that are on that painting. Oh my gosh. I just was like, I could barely breathe. Yeah, I probably could do that, J. Carey. I could do that. I didn't think about that. I love those peppers. Oh, and I actually still have some of the dried peppers left. I wonder if there's seeds in them. I just thought of that. I've been looked at those for so long. I never thought of that. I have some that are that I dried, and they might have seeds in them. I don't know why I never thought of that before. I'm gonna have to check because if they do, I might have to take it out. I've been kind of afraid to use the dried ones because, like, once I use them, they're gone. I think I had some in the freezer too, actually, and I don't know how good that's going to be because they've been in there for years, a decade probably, at least a decade. But the seeds might still be good. Hmm. I should look at that. See if I can see if I do have some in the freezer, and maybe I can make a sauce or salsa or something out of them and take the seeds out and harvest the seeds out of it and maybe plant some. Although it's probably I'd have to overwinter the plant for that too because it's late in the season for starting a pepper. Do you feel like I need to make the background a different color now? Or I can bedazzle something in here to make it stand out. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Oh, she's got more. Where's the rest of the hair? Is that hair too? That would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Hair to be over there? I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. I like my little chocolate girl. Ugh. Move this second. Because I can never trust that I'm going to do this light enough so that you don't see streakiness. I'm going to try. That's a part of a shell. Should I make this something other than hair? I'm not really sure about what this is. I mean, it seems like it's hair, but I don't know. I guess it's hair. Let's not make it so difficult. I didn't practice piano today. Well, there is still time. I don't think I'm going to, but I think I'm at that time where I need to get it tuned. And I also got to start looking at the dehumidifier options. Although I think, well, every air conditioner, I guess, has you know, it does dehumidify. So maybe just wait until, you know, we put the air conditioners in, or put an air conditioner in now and just run it on the fan or something. I don't know. But I gotta figure out what to do because I think it's getting kind of out of tune, and I just can't figure out the right time to be calling to have it tuned. And I have that complimentary tuning still that's owed to me, so I need to set up the appointment for that. I don't know, I should just probably just set up the appointment and then work it out how often he should come later. But this house is like so, because it's an old house. Um, it's not, well sealed or anything like that. So if it's humid outside, it's going to be humid inside. That kind of thing. So the minute anything changes, air dries up, it's dry inside. I can get more moisture in, but I can't. There's not really anything you can do to get the moisture out except run a dehumidifier. And so I got to figure out what the best option is with the piano. And I guess the tutor is probably the best person to tell me. So I probably should get him over here. Looks like there's another pearl or something. I wonder if I need to up the contrast more on her hair. Where's my blue? What else is going on? Is that the indentone? Indentone? Nope, it's the Diaxa Huda Huda purple. I don't want that one. Violet. This is probably violet. Nope, this is the one. Indentone. Whatever the heck. Well, I did look up what that is, but don't don't ask me. I can't repeat what it is because I don't remember. But it is a thing. It's a thing. So I'm gonna see if this will. How much? Well, this is pretty powerful. This is the one that made me. This is the color that made me put my Prismacolor set away and not want to touch it for months. After having the pencils for like a year and not opening them, I opened them up. I started using this one, and it traumatized me. The smearing and the flaking and the powdery is like, this is insane. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream in your ear, but that's what it did, though. Traumatized. I'm still trying to recover that page from what happened because I really didn't know how to use them. Respect the indentone. I kind of like what that did. Can we do it again? And see, this is where I use the smeariness of these things. I use it to work for me. Cover that line. Just like that. Can't tell it's there no more. Why am I covering the line? I don't even know. It's not that there's anything wrong with the line, but I don't know why I do it. I cannot explain. I'm just gonna try to get my line straight. Something about that I like, except that's so smudgy. Really smudged that. It's all smudgy. It was a little sloppy. So let's see, what else do I have to share? Just been in my hole doing work stuff. Not much else. What do I think? I like the blue hair on her. So I actually ate the burger and I didn't have to like take it apart to eat it. I'm cheating. I'm making that blue. I just colored in that little brown spot blue, or that clear spot that should be brown. I colored it in blue. Who's gonna know? Who's gonna know? And so that was cool. And I only bit part of my mouth once. Well, a couple times. And then it's like, oh, okay. Like, don't do that. Because, like I said, I'm still learning how to chew without having all those apparatuses in my mouth. And, it's, so this was, it was, I haven't done that. I haven't bit, anything that I'm not supposed to bite since since Sunday. So the burger was the first time since Sunday that I did that. So that's pretty good. That means like, gradually I'm getting it. And I notice like sometimes I'll stop and chew, oh wait, like I gotta chew it like this. And it's because, well, my bite was off for so long as well. And then the bite kept changing because of, the braces as they move my teeth. So now with them off, the braces off, it's an adjustment with trying to figure out, okay, now how is it that I'm really supposed to do my teeth to chew? And I don't have to move anything over to this side or that side or the other side to do it. I don't know, am I gonna leave some of the darker blue there just because I can? Or am I gonna smudge it all? Kind of looks interesting dark like that. Mhm. think more about what we're going to do with her face too. Am I going to give her sparkly lips? Then there's this down here. I don't even know what they are. The seahorse. What's that? Is that hair? It is. This part of it is. Hmm. That's weird. It's like just a solid space. It makes you think it's something other than hair. With the shape of it. I did that backwards, didn't I? Look at that. Staple. I might be able to watch one episode of Bridgerton tonight because I feel kind of relaxed now. I could sit and enjoy it. It's a little dark. I have to give her a sparkle background, but I don't know what's going to stick to all that waxiness. Sharper point. Oops. Lose it. This side got really dingy from doing her face. see over here and here. How many pencils am I using for here? Like four? Three Prismas, three Prismas, two Polychromos. That's five. Five pencils just for here. I don't know. It's working for me, so. I don't know. That says something maybe for um, organizing your pencils like by color in bins, but okay. More tendrils. The tendrils. I swear, every time I see a seahorse, I think of my friend that had her seahorse in the freezer. She did, and she put him in there because like he died. You know, she was big on with her. You know, had a lot of fish tanks and stuff, and she wanted to have him gold plated, and she did, and wore it around her neck. I'm like, okay. She did a lot of stuff with with ceramics and things. Just like a self-taught artist. And she actually wound up working in carousel horse restoration, which was pretty cool. I don't think I'm doing the best job at that, but I guess this is kind of like the dark side of the picture. We did it there. We did it. You can tell too. Make that Prisma flakiness work for you. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. She also had a parrot. She had a lot of animals at any given time, but she had a parrot that I didn't like. My first encounter with a bird, yeah, from I no, I didn't like. And then she named it after this guy that liked me that I didn't like. So that didn't help either. It's like, why did you name him that? Ew. Now I really don't like that bird. But she was oh my gosh. She was the one that took me from when I got my driver's test. Because I got my license kind of late in life. I was, what, was I 28, I think? Because up until that point, I hadn't really needed it. And she took me to my driver's test. So we're driving to the location and stuff, and we're like almost there, and I realized I forgot my learner's permit. Child, I was speeding back home to get to get my driver's permit so I could then drive back to the place and be at the location at the right time. Oh my gosh, it was awful. It was funny. Now it's funny. It wasn't funny then. It's like, oh my gosh, I forgot my learner's permit. I was speeding home to get it. She probably just was thinking, you idiot. I was like, yeah, you're right. I hope she's doing well. She was a good friend. There's a lot of people. I just was thinking that today. There's people that like friends that I had that like I thought that we would like be around each other still at this age. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking, but I really thought that we would. Well, some can't be because they passed on, but I don't know. And I always like wanted. I had friends like from all different kinds of areas. Like the only thing they had in common was me, kind of, sort of. But then when I got them all together, they were like, "Oh, she's a really cool person. He's a really cool guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I'm friends with them." And I used to love when that would happen. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Feels kind of weird. Everybody all off in different places. Some people gone. Now that I think of it, there's somebody I need to contact, touch base with, see how he's doing. It's been such a crazy year that I haven't talked to him lately. In the past, I don't know, probably not since early. Did I talk to him in 2025? I don't even know if I did. That's bad. But I gotta see how he's doing. Any other spots? Can I get away now? See, now I need that blue now. I started something, now I gotta keep doing it. It doesn't look right to me if I don't. How long have I been on here? An hour, 10 minutes? Do, do, do. Didn't I do this with the blue? Nope, I guess not. I can tell from how it smudges. Something really. Oops. That was like, okay, that was not convenient. Oh well, grab it out. That's because I got too many pencils on my desk. My hand rolled on all the pencils. It's been sliding. Oh man, it feels good to laugh because I've been in a crater the past few days since last Thursday. It's been like all like just do stuff hanging over my head and that needed to be done. It's nice to it's nice to laugh. Is that? There's another one. Did I do that? This is the one I'm looking at. This one. This one. Mhm. Yeah, I need to find a pair of muck boots. I need to up my gardening wear game. I said it backwards. I don't like what they keep saying about ticks. All that jazz is like, ugh, ugh. And I've always been like, now, how am I going to find a tick on me? How am I going, like, how's that going to work? Am I going to notice it? Sometimes what I do, well, I'll slather down. Well, like I said, what I would do, because I would always do my gardening like before 9 a.m. and I'd be out there no later than 10 a.m. So I'd get out there early before the bugs and everything. But I would be slathered down with like neem oil or some kind of bug spray or something, and I'd put on clothes, or I'd have the clothes if they were kind of junky clothes. I was just around the house. I would put those on, the ones I had on from the day before. Go outside, work, sweat, dig, dirty up, dirty up. And then I'd come inside somewhere time between 9 and 10 and take my shower. I was done with outside for the day. That was it. No sweating after 10 o'clock. Um, let's see, I'm not used to that now, so it's going to take a little bit to get into the swing of things. I don't know, it's almost like I got that from my mother's family, my mother's side of the family. There's farmers on that side that, from down south. That's what you do. You go out early in the morning, you come in at noon. That's your biggest meal of the day. Then you go back out after when the sun goes down a little bit more, like it's not high noon, you know. Then you go out and like finish things up. You don't work at noon in the hot noon sun. That's like no. Okay, so did we get all the? Oh nope, we didn't. There's another spot. Kind of wanna. I always like to get as much of one thing done as I can, because I won't remember, quite often I won't remember how I did whatever I did. So do it all, if I can, before, in one sitting, so then I don't have to guess, oh, what pencil did I use, or what this, or what that. I'm going to put my pencils away, actually. Roll, roll, roll. Now they're rolling. Where am I? Where's the spot? There it is. Ooh, so tomorrow's going to be sprint. I'm going to try and finish that work like a sprint. Boom, boom, boom. Knock it out. Knock it out. Get it done. Have an afternoon, maybe. Well, I'm not going to count on it, but maybe have an afternoon that actually like is free of work, where everything's done. I could just maybe leisurely check back on things or whatever, and but pressure off. If I didn't have all those appointments, I probably would be at that stage now, like where, oh, tomorrow we can just, just double check this, that, and the other, and, but nothing to do. But no, the appointments set me behind. But we got our braces off. So that's nothing to slouch at. There's something about that color that I don't like. What is it? Did I do something in a different order or something on this side? My color's weird. Tani! Hey there! I hope you're doing well. Is that more hair? I think it is. Oh, brother. Okay, I think I need to sharpen this pencil. No. I'm still trying to decide what sharpener these work best with. I don't know what I used to use, but I think this did pretty good with it. I tried it the other day. Yeah. This is making me a little nervous. It's got like a little creasing. That kind of makes me nervous. I don't know why I did that, but so I get to be back in my salad era. I just have yet to really have one of my old time regulation kind of salads, but we're working our way up there. Oh, tomorrow's your birthday? Happy birthday in advance. May 20th? Is today the May 21st? Okay. I've always gotten along well with May people because, like, actually, May people. My two best friends, both um, were born in May, and I had two friends. One a very close friend, and my best friend were both born on May 11th. And then my other best friend, his birthday was May 24th. May people. And if you're on the Gemini side of things, well, I'm surrounded by Geminis in my family. My grandfather, my father, and my brother-in-law are all Geminis. I didn't have a chance. And then like my mother, my sister, and my grandmother were all Virgos, or are all Virgos. Although my mom and dad are past, but all Virgos. And my grandmother, they were all Virgos. I don't know. I was like sandwiched. I was the lonely Cancer in the middle. The lonely crab. Okay, that looks good just like that. I don't think I need anything else on it. You're a Gemini? Alright. So is Jill. Jill's a Gemini too. Jill's comfort zone. She's a Gemini. That's why I told her I know you. Because, like, I'm surrounded by Geminis. I know. I get it. Well, happy birthday in advance. And I hope you have a lovely one. Do, 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 do. I think we have all her hair. Excuse me. Her little seashell bouffant. I don't know what I'm going to do with the bottom. I don't know why I want to keep sparkling everything up, but I do. I don't know what it is about this page makes me want to kind of do that. So we did her hair, for better or worse. We got it done. We did it blue. So wonder. And why did I do that? I don't know. I guess to see what it would do. What did it do? Not much. Not enough to write home about. I can live without that. I can do that with a cheaper something instead of using my pencils. This is from. This is the book Mermaids by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. It's all mermaids. Very interesting how she did that little dragon or sea creature, whatever it is. Yep, paper is fantastic. I think that's one of the main reasons I love her coloring books is her paper. Give me good paper, I'm happy. So I don't know if we're gonna. Hopefully, we'll finish at least one of these before the end of May. Kind of in a holding pattern, kind of on this one because I don't know what I wanna, how I wanna bring that out. I'm still like, I don't know. But the first one I started with, where is it? This one, which I just need to get my Karen Dash super colors to finish these other little creatures here, and then I got to do a background. I think I'm gonna bedazzle this in her hair. I need a background, and I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, I got those pan pastels, a spatula kind of thingy, or Neo Color 2s maybe, because they're water soluble, Or I could use a King Art gel stick. I could do that and still like kind of get into some of those spots if I use like a paintbrush maybe. I don't like being in that position with backgrounds. But hey, Brittany, good evening. Hope you had a good day. So let's see. I've been on an hour, almost an hour, 30 minutes. And what time is it? 8:30. Yeah. Okay. So it's time for me to go because I want to get to bed sometime between 9 and 10. So I can resume tomorrow's escapades. So thank you all for joining me, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye.